I've read a lot of romance books, so let's talk about some of the romance books I've loved and some that I have hated. Let's start off with the books that I did like. First, I've got Story of My Life by Lucy Score. I really enjoyed this book from start to finish, and the thing is, Lucy writes quite thick romance books in my opinion. Like, this one is about 500 pages, but it didn't feel like it was 500 pages. I found this really quick to get through. I didn't want to put it down, and it never felt like it was too much. This was like the perfect small town, grumpy sunshine, just perfect. Swept Away by Beth O'Leary. This is one of my favorite romance books of all time. Again, I love a romance that has a plot that's different to what I usually read. They get lost at sea in this book, and they don't really know each other. It was meant to be a one-night stand. So this is just, yeah, unlike anything I've ever read before. And again, the character growth, them getting to know each other when in such like forced proximity, all the challenges they go through, it's such high stakes. I loved this book. Honestly, anything by Tessa Bailey. I just finished reading Dreamgirl Drama, loved every second of it. Wasn't sure if I was going to, considering they are supposed to be soon-to-be step-siblings, but it ended up being so good, and again, another book of hers that I just absolutely adored. And finally, on the list of books that I loved, we've got Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I typically like Ali Hazelwood's books. I don't know what it is, they're just really easy to get through, and they're very entertaining, and I love the sciencey aspect of it. And I just loved this book. I don't know what it is. I do love a blonde MMC, which has probably got something to do with it. We don't see those too often, but this was probably one of my favorite books of hers. Now for the romance books that I did not enjoy. In an odd turn of events, I actually really didn't like Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This book felt like it dragged. I had to push myself to get to the end of this book. Again, it's around 500 pages, and this one actually felt like I was reading 500 pages, whereas with Story of My Life, I could have kept going and it never would have felt like enough. I just really didn't like the MMC, if I'm so honest, and I just don't remember much about this book other than not having a good time. I won't stick on this one too long because we all know that I did not like 9-month Contract. I just didn't like some of the things that were said in here, and it felt a little bit weird to read at times, so yeah, I really didn't have a good time. This is gonna hurt, but Flawless. I really didn't enjoy this, and to the point where I haven't continued the series. I do have it on my shelf and I do have plans to read it, but this has kind of burnt me, and now I'm just like procrastinating picking up the rest. I just expected so much more because I'd heard so much hype, but it just felt like every other cowboy romance. And finally, Scott and Bothered. I didn't hate this. I actually had an okay time reading this. Would I recommend it? Would I ever pick it up again? Probably not. It was a bit of a slog to get through. This would be like a 2.5, 3 stars for me, and it's just not very memorable. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. Would love to hear.